Alright, so it's been a couple days since I've made a video because it's been a couple days since I've taken a trade. But I was talking about, I think it was Thursday. We we rejected this 4 hour, had some displacement down, rejected this 4 hour. So I was expecting this to become low resistance liquidity, and we were going to come down, take out these lows, which we did. I just didn't really see a good opportunity for me to take advantage of that, unfortunately. Friday and then Monday was a bank holiday, and we basically just sold off in the overnight sessions. But going into today, I took 2 trades, and I think both of them were pretty mediocre. Not too happy with my performance, but throw it in the journal and gotta, just move on to the next one and dial in. So once we came down into this 4 hour, fair value gap here, if you see, we're in OTE of this bigger time frame range. We had this low down here. I wasn't particularly sure if we wanted to sell off into these lows because looking at this, there's a possibility that could have been the sell side of the curve to take these lows, but I was pretty much bullish. Also looking at the daily, there's just like this massive volume imbalance here that just keeps getting wicked off of. Like, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wicks, on a daily time frame. So this seems to be a pretty big area of support, but we had the FOMC minutes at 2 o'clock, and I didn't really expect anything crazy from that, so I did trade the morning session, and I took a pre-market trade, which was just a pretty crappy trade, to be honest, but we'll go over it. So every day before I leave for work, I write a little like morning, in my journal. I'll take screenshots and I'll say, okay, here's what I'm looking at going into the market this morning, and blah blah blah. And at the time we had taken London low, so I was thinking maybe this was going to become a seek and destroy model here, because we took out London, took out Asia high and low, and then right when New York session started, right about 7 o'clock, we took out London low, SMT here at the time, and then we started to have some big displacement, or not really, I guess not really big displacement, but looking at the 5-minute, we had that 5-minute fair value gap, your little market structure shift. ES was looking more bullish, so I was thinking, maybe we would go take out this high. So 5-minute fair value gap here. I would have looked for like an internal model here on NQ, but I don't have the margin requirement to trade NQ, pre-market. So I ended up just placing a limit order right at this big inverse right here, which was also in discount of the range. So I got tapped in right here. I had my stop just below consequent encroachment of this 5-minute wick. So the midpoint of this wick, I had it like one tick below. I was targeting the high, just one contract, and it ran through so that ES could go take that low. I took this trade even before 8 o'clock in the morning. I literally never ever trade this time. I don't know, like, I definitely shouldn't have been trading here, but whatever. Took a little loss. you know, you always got to get smacked in the face repeatedly, I guess, at least me. Make similar mistakes over and over again until eventually, hopefully, I fix them. But, I mean, I never really made that mistake before trading at this time, but, you know, got smacked in the face for it. But anyway, zooming out a bit, we came down here right about in the beginning of the market open. We sort of sold off, took out this sell side level here, this internal level, and at this point in time I was kind of thinking that, you know, this might spark the buy side of the curve here. We have a lot of this like low resistance liquidity, like all of these highs that haven't been taken, and then we had these clean equal highs that we didn't take on Tuesday, which I was like looking for us to take this and then possibly form a short, but we just made equal highs before selling off, so I was definitely not going to short here. But anyway, I was looking for maybe us to have like buy side of the curve after we take this internal level. So zooming in, I think this trade is just way too zoomed in. But we had SMT at the time with ES. I'm not going to draw it out exactly, but as you can see right here, ES is like nowhere near taking that high, and NQ took it. So when you look at the internal model on a 1 minute, looks pretty decent, right? We have, you know, you're taking out these lows, we're displacement up. The main reason why I took it was SMT here, and then this was 952 is when we started rallying, and so you have like the 950 macro opening up. So we had this 1 minute, and I didn't take it right away. I waited for this wick. Like once we filled in that 1 minute, you know, to a T pretty much, and then just wicked right off of it, I just went long, targeting that internal high, and I put my stop right below the wick, and it came relatively close to stopping me out here. You know, about 2.25 points away from stopping me out, but the 1 minute ended up getting held, and then we went right up, took that low-hanging fruit high, and I only had one contract, and once I, you know, was green on the day here, I was kind of like, you're not really trading so well. Like I'm not really happy with these trades, so I kind of just stepped away a bit. I mean, there's definitely some other opportunities. There were plenty of like short opportunities that the models looked fine, but I was not going to short after we had just taken like all of these sell side levels, you know what I mean, and we never took any buy side, right? Like if you're looking here, right, I guess you're shifting to the downside. You got this 5 minute fair value gap, you know, some lows down here, whatever, and if you zoom in, I'm sure there's probably some sort of internal model here you could have taken, but you know, I'm sure you could have taken something in here. You take that high, you know, take the internal high, displace down, maybe you like enter off of some order block or something, and you can take this all the way down the sell side. I mean, I'm sure you could have done that, but I was not going to do that after we had taken all of these lows. And the external level as well, this external sell side. So no shorts for me. And then I was just waiting for the rest of the day. I wanted to see, you know, at this point in time, as we were kind of coming up above this 15 minute, I was kind of just hoping to see maybe the news would spark something to the upside here, market structure shift, and then we have, you know, some little internal model to play there. But it ended up just chopping, and then right at the end of the day, this was like right about 3:30, it just formed a pretty clear SMT at the lows here, and then just like viciously ran to the upside. Just no entry at all, just ripped 150 points, and then right after market close, I guess, it dumped all the way back into, you know, deep discount of this range, I guess this original 5-minute, and then continued its expansion up another 300 points. So this all became low resistance liquidity. I was kind of hoping this was going to be a tomorrow thing, you know, or like either PM session today or tomorrow. You know, maybe you had displacement and then just kind of like chopping in the overnight, and then maybe, you know, some manipulation down here to then go try to target these equal highs here. But, you know, we just we did that already. So at this point I'm pretty bullish. I don't really think this sell side of the curve will continue down to these lows just yet. I think the draw is definitely higher after this massive 4-hour candle. I have this little breaker drawn out. I don't really know if I'm gonna keep that there necessarily, but I don't know. We'll have to see what happens in the overnight to form my bias, but we'll have to see. So, I mean, if we do end up keeping these here, which I don't think we will, this would be definitely a target of mine if we retraced and then had a model to go target these, but it seems like ES already took those, so we have a little SMT maybe. So yeah, could have definitely done better today, could have been more disciplined, you know, but gotta throw it in the journal, gotta keep moving, and yeah, hope you guys made some money. Hopefully you longed this and got a 300-point move to the upside. If not, it's all good. Hopefully tomorrow will be a good day, so we'll see. If I take a trade, I'll make another video and I'll see you guys then. So till then, have a good day. Peace out.